Yo, what it do, Ghost Nation? It's your boy Ghost Rider. Welcome back to another episode of Ghost Movies. Now, on this episode, I want to talk about House of the Dragon, Episode 7, Driftmark. Now, this episode was fucking fantastic. We finally begin the episode with the funeral of Lady Laena, who committed suicide in a previous episode when she asked her dragon, Vhagar. She said Dracarys, and Vhagar just vaporized her ass. He didn't want to do it. You're my dragon rider. We have a blood bond. What the fuck? So we see her have a proper burial. She was buried into the Driftmark Seas, the ocean right there on the coastline, right by Driftmark. She was put to rest. They put her coffin. Her burnt carcass was put at the sea bottom of where she was born in Driftmark. And we see everybody. We see King Viserys the First. We see freaking his wife Queen Alicent. We see fucking everybody from Driftmark. Corlys, and his wife, Rhaenys. We see freaking Laenor mourning, crying over him. We see freaking Princess Rhaenyra with her kids, her bastard sons, who they are legitimately bastards now because the father got burnt alive. So was the hand to the king. Everybody got died in Harrenhal. Then we freaking see everybody else show up at this funeral. Even Prince Daemon was there with his twin daughters. They were there to properly bury their mother. It was a sad scene, man. And seeing that the rope actually, they pull on the rope, it pulls the coffin closer and closer into the waters. It was crazy to see that, man. What a rare achievement for any Westerosi to see that scene. It really was. Then we see all the kids there. Aegon, Aemon, everybody's there. Even King Viserys' daughter was there. And then we also see, at the end of this, we see all the tension between every house. It's supposed to be one family, right? No. Everybody has their own agenda to play in the Game of Thrones. It was fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Then that night, I guess after the feast was over, because they had the funeral, then they have the Passover. Or not the Passover, what is it called? The repast. That's what it's called. The fucking repast. Where when somebody dies, you have a potluck and you have food and everybody gets together and they're mourning together. That's what we had at this moment. But it started to go down. It started to get dark. You see all the dragons flying around in the background while they're feasting and talking and just looking at each other with animosity. You see Rhaenyra walking through the crowd and shit. And she's looking at Daemon talk to King Viserys. And then you see her looking at Alicent. She's over there with her kids, Aegon and Aemon. It's crazy to see that shit. And then you see freaking motherfucking Otto Hightower is now back as the hand to the king. What the fuck? Why would King Viserys, the actor Paddy Considine, why would you let him come back and be your hand after you just fired him? You bring him right back to be your hand. You could have gotten anybody else. What the fuck? I actually thought Largus, or whatever his name is, I thought he was going to be the hand. Because now in this episode, we do find out that Loras, that motherfucking gimp, he got the one leg with the cane. He's now the head of Harrenhal. Because he killed his father and brother. The husband, not the husband, the one who had Rhaenyra's kids, those two boys who are the bastard, that was his brother, Loras. The hand to the king who said, I got to step down because my house has a big shadow over in the previous episode. The freaking gimp with the fucking cane in the back, the broken leg. He is the last son of that house, Harrenhal. Now he's the head of that house. It's crazy how he played the Game of Thrones. He killed his father and brother, and now he's the head. It is confirmed. It is now canon in this motherfucking Dance with Dragons. Oh, this episode was fire. It put a freaking match onto my ass because it was so fucking good. This episode was fucking phenomenal. Now it's nighttime, and after their feast and everybody's going to bed, we see Daemon leaving his brother after they try to have a conversation because King Viserys the First wanted his brother to come back to King's Landing. I have a house. I have a home. It's in Tempest, and I ain't coming back. Fuck you. And he walks away. There's always going to be that tension between his brother, King Viserys, and him, the rogue Prince Daemon. They're always going to have that feud because you don't want me in your King's Guard. You don't want me in the small council. You don't want me at all. But you still want me around to be so you can keep an eye on me. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going back to Tempos. And he walks off. And he walks on the beach of Driftmark. He's on the beach just chilling. Now, we see she ain't queen yet. We see Princess Rhaenyra. She tells her kids, go to bed. And she goes and follows Prince Daemon on the beach. And I love this because in this episode, it is finally confirmed that Princess Rhaenyra and Prince Daemon fucking have sex and they are falling in love with each other. He finally confessed how much I didn't love Lady Laena. I know you didn't love your freaking husband. Honorable, you call him an honorable man, an honorable knight, Laenor Valerian. You didn't love him because he's gay. So our paths are not being fulfilled. Our duties are not being fulfilled because we don't love the people that we are forced to marry. So they go off into the dark and have sex and making love and bruh, it's crazy. Now I think they're gonna have a kid. I think it's King Aerys the First. I'm not sure who their kid is. I have to go look that up. But it's crazy because now they actually making love. And that scene hit me so hard because it reminded me of Aegon Targaryen making love with Princess Dany, Queen Daenerys, who's my girl. I love Dany. She's in my background right now watching and protecting over my YouTube channel. But yeah, Dany, when they were on the boat and you have Tyrion outside the door watching as Jon enters into her chambers and shit, he knocks on the door. This scene with Prince Daemon and Queen and Princess Rhaenyra reminds me of Queen Dany and King Jon Snow, King of the North, Jon Snow, Aegon Targaryen making love on that boat scene. When they were making love, Daemon and Rhaenyra, that reminded me of that scene. Targaryens who want to be blood bonded together, incest, all that shit. Every time Rhaenyra sees Prince Daemon, she just thinks of Aegon with his sister wives and conquering Westeros. That's all Princess Rhaenyra wants. She wants to conquer Westeros. She's the heir to the Iron Throne, and she wants Daemon as her husband so they could conquer. Now we're about to get the Dance of Dragons. Now it's going to be House Black versus House Green, but it's also going to be House Black versus House Black. Because now Daemon is going to try and overthrow his brother by marrying his daughter, Viserys' daughter, Rhaenyra. They are now, at the end of this episode, they are now husband and wife. We see his twin daughters that he had with Lady Laena, and we see her bastard sons all together witnessing this blood ceremony marriage. Crazy. I love this scene. It was fucking fantastic. Now I want to talk about Queen Alicent and King Viserys' son Aemon. This motherfucker has the balls to approach the biggest dragon we got right now in Westeros, Vhagar. And he actually bonds with the dragon. It is fucking crazy. I thought the dragon was going to kill him. The fuck? Vhagar lets freaking Aemon ride him. And now I'm not sure if this is Aemon who... He was the fucking maester in Game of Thrones. He was the old man maester, Aemon. I think that was him. Or was this Aemon who was the freaking blood-eyed, three-eyed raven? The blood three-eyed raven in Game of Thrones. This kid is going to be the future of Game of Thrones. This kid is going to be the future. I'm saying it again. I have to go back and do my research because I don't remember. Is he going to be the three-eyed raven, or is he Aemon, who was the maester, who wore the gray suit? He was the old maester. I think was he the maester of House Stark? Fuck, I can't remember. I have to go back and watch Game of Thrones or look it up. But this Aemon conquered fucking Vhagar. I was like, yo, how did the fuck did Vhagar let him ride him? How did they get that blood bond like that? Usually when a dragon is in the egg and they're hatched, you develop that blood bond when they're hatched. If you're the first person that they see, you develop that, like Dany and her 3 dragons. But this motherfucking Vhagar is a big ass, old ass dragon, the biggest one right now in Westerosi. And fuck, he just lets him climb his back, get on the saddle, and fucking ride him throughout the night. When he finally returns to Driftmark, you see the 2 twin daughters of Daemon and Laena fucking confront him with Rhaenyra and her sons. How you gonna steal Vhagar? That belongs to my mother. And freaking Aemon said, you should, if that is your mother's dragon, well, you should have not wasted any time taming that dragon. You let me come through into your house and tame that motherfucking Vhagar, and y'all didn't do shit. And they got pissed and they started punching each other. They started kicking each other, pushing each other, choking each other and shit. Then somebody, I think one of Rhaenyra's sons, pulls out a knife and cuts Aemon right in the eye, bruh. And he gets pummeled to the ground. They're kicking him and beating his ass. Then Aemon holds his own. Aemon fucking can fight. I think he's a better fighter than fucking Aegon. Aemon was holding his own. And he took that he lost his eye. He took that as a reward. I gained a dragon. I was being clowned and punked, and Aegon was punking me and shit. Rhaenyra and her sons are punking me and shit. I got my own dragon on my own. My balls hang low. Fuck you mean? Yo, this episode was fire, man. That him taming Vhagar, that shit was a power move and it worked. They're all playing the game. Now, the next scene I want to get into, this is my thoughts on this scene, is fucking Alicent confronts Rhaenyra in the fucking hall. Viserys is trying to find out why the fuck did you say the allegations you said, Aemon, that Laenor is not the father to those boys. Why would you say that, Aemon? And freaking King Viserys the First is fucking naive to all the shit. He doesn't know anything about this. He literally thinks that those kids are Laenor's sons. Don't you know that Laenor is fucking gay? Don't you know that he fucking loves men? What the fuck you mean? So he's asking a question, and Aemon finally snitched. Aemon finally snitches and said, Aegon told me. And then here comes King Viserys confronts Aegon and said, who told you this? Where are you hearing this shit from? And he said, yo, Aegon he just simply says, look around. Everybody knows. There's so much tension in that fucking hall. It is crazy. This is Corlys hall that he's interrogating him by the fireplace. Everybody fucking knows that fucking Laenor is not the fucking father to these kids. They don't even have not one speck of black in them. And Targaryens, because of the fucking genes and shit, they recess. Every birth they regress, and they all have blonde hair usually. You don't see no blonde hair in them kids. They all have fucking brunette, brown hair, whatever the fuck. How do you not know this, King Viserys? See, that's why King Viserys is a bad king for me. He's so good and he wants everybody to get along. Motherfucker, grow some balls, man. People are walking all over you and turning and plotting and scheming behind your fucking ass. What are you doing? He said, let's forget this. Let's forget this night. Let's move on in love, harmony, tranquility, and all this bullshit. And let's never speak of it again. Man, you fucking naive as fuck, dog. So he's fucked up. He's tired. He's sick. He wants to go to bed. Alicent takes it upon herself to grab his king's paw. The king's paw dagger that he had, which is authentic Valyrian steel that could kill any fucking White Walker in the future of Game of Thrones. She tries to kill Rhaenyra. You take my son's eye, I want blood. Blood for blood. Let's fucking go. So she charged her, and everybody in the fucking hall sees that freaking Alicent is now a mad queen. Even her father confronts her after this scene. She cuts Rhaenyra's arm, and she's bleeding profusely from that arm. It's a deep cut. Valyrian still cuts deep. Facts. So after that scene, you see fucking the once again hand of the king Otto Hightower approaches Queen and said, okay, I knew that you were my daughter, but I didn't know that you had this side of you where you're vicious and fucking psycho. I didn't know this side of you. I love it. Let's fucking go. This motherfucker is smiling from ear to ear. Now, that's my daughter. That is my fucking daughter. And he's happy as fuck. You protected your son. You went after blood. You're playing the game. Literally implying that she is playing the Game of Thrones. So he knows that we're in a game, playing the game. Oh, it was just the writing in this, the dialogue is so good in this fucking show. So fucking good. And I am just eating it all up, man. Game of Thrones is my favorite of all time. And I have to keep saying that fucking shit. Because it is fucking true. Game of Thrones is my favorite TV show of all time. So any prequels or sequels or shows that come out, I'm there day one. And I'm eating this show up. I haven't even watched Rings of Power. I don't like Lord of the Rings. I only like one fucking movie out of the franchise. And that's Return of the King. Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, fucking snooze fest all day long. Yeah, I said it. Come at me in the comments. I don't give a fuck. But Game of Thrones, I am there day one with every character. I'm invested in every character. Even if they die. If I'm invested in every character and they die, I feel it. I feel it. I understand it. And it's just heartening. It hurts. It fucking hurts. Man, what an episode, man. Now, Alicent is playing the freaking Game of Thrones. We finally confirmed that now. She has gone mad. So now what does the Hand of the King say? What does Otto Hightower tell her? Go to the king. Show sympathy. Show vulnerability. And make sure that you hit home that your son lost his eye. The king will show sympathy towards you, and he will show you grace and mercy and put you back in his favor. And she's playing the game. Now she's wearing the pants in the fucking relationship. The king is that's just a title. But she is actually the king or the queen of the fucking marriage. And she's going to do whatever it takes. She tried to kill Rhaenyra. She ended up cutting her in her arm, but I think she was going for her heart. She was trying to kill her. I love that scene because now we get a mad queen. We're so used to seeing Dany's father as the mad king, King Aerys II. Now we finally get a mad queen. Before Dany becomes the mad queen, Alicent is showing that she's the mad queen. This episode was fire, man. Fucking good. Drama throughout this whole fucking shit, man. I fucking love it, man. God, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm on the East Coast, New York City. Holla at you, boy. And it's just going down. I'm in freaking Long Island. Gotta go to work tomorrow, and I'm staying up to watch this shit. God, I love it. I had to bring on my video, man. This shit was fire. I don't care how long I'm talking on this shit. Fuck. What an episode, man. What a fucking episode. And at the end, I just want to talk about this last scene. Freaking Laenor faked his death. There was a scene where his stooge or whoever the fuck that he's fucking, the man that he's fucking, he becomes a knight. And he fights along Prince Laenor. He's in the great hall of Driftmark. Corlys Hall, and Prince and Princess or Queen Rhaenys, whatever the fuck, their hall with the fireplaces, and he confronts Laenor. He said, Laenor said, how the fuck did you get in here? Who let you in? This fucking knight got paid by Prince Daemon to fucking fake the death of Laenor to get them off to go to sea and leave Driftmark and live their lives with no titles, no nothing. They faked the death. Rhaenyra, Princess Rhaenyra and Daemon were talking about this shit because they want to get married. And Daemon, they want to get married. So she's going to have to kill her husband. So they come up with the idea to fake his death, make Corlys, I keep saying Corlys, make Corlys and Rhaenyra think that their son actually died. He got burnt alive. He fought a night. One of the other stooges saw that they were fighting each other, and they both left. Faked his death. There was another body in that fireplace. That's not Laenor. There was another body that was burnt in there, and all of a sudden they think that was fucking Laenor. And Rhaenys is crying over her dead son. They have no more offspring. Laena's dead. Now Laenor is dead, but he faked his death. They're on a boat going onto a ship, and they're gonna live their lives in holy gay matrimony. Go ahead, kudos to y'all. Keep that shit over there. Anyway, that was a great how they did that. How the writers put that in. That was fucking fantastic. And yeah, y'all, Ghost Nation, what a fantastic episode. I ain't gonna lie, this is my favorite episode. I thought episode 4 was my favorite. This was my favorite episode because the game was really played. They really played the Game of Thrones in this shit. And I brought y'all 20 minutes of my thoughts on this fucking episode. It was fucking fantastic. I usually don't go hard or go this long talking about a review and shit. When my videos are always 5 or 6 minutes long. Maybe 9 or 10 minutes, the most. But I had to bring y'all this goodness because fuck. This episode was fucking fire. The dragons, the game was being played with everybody. Everybody was playing their games. Everybody's trying to get an inch closer to the Iron Throne. Whose offspring, whose child, whose heir is going to be next in line? Fuck. And one more thing I want to say is Corlys said the most famous line that was put in all these trailers before this show even came out. He's talking about people don't remember blood. People remember names. No, not people. History, sorry. History don't remember blood. History remembers names. This is why Corlys keeps beating over his wife's head with the words, "Oh, I wish you got in the throne. You're the queen you're a queen without having a crown. Queen without a crown. You were the queen who was supposed to get the Iron Throne. You never got it." He just keeps beating her over the head with that shit. Because he said what he said. History remembers names. History don't remember blood. Or was it the other way around? Fuck, I don't remember. History don't remember blood. History remembers names. And his wife was holding his hand when he said that shit. And he just pulled his hand away that you could see that they're drifting apart. She said that was generations ago when I was supposed to be queen of the Iron Throne. It never happened. I had forgotten it, but you can't forget that. You can't let it go. And that motherfucker can't let it go because he's playing the game as well. And now Corlys is trying to manipulate the boys of Rhaenyra, the 2 sons of Rhaenyra, that you got a drift markers in your blood. Even though that's not your real father, I'm going to fake it like it is. Because the only offspring he has left that has the name Driftmark on it is those 2 twin daughters of Daemon and Laena. Laenor's kids are not his. And everybody fucking knows it. What a fantastic episode, Ghost Nation. I want you to leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. I thought it was fucking fire. Man, I should be sleeping right now. I got to go to work in the morning. But I don't give a fuck. I would sacrifice any type of sleep for Game of Thrones. I don't give a fuck if it's House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, whatever the title of these shows are. I am there when I see Game of Thrones on the marquee, on the title. Because it does say, this prequel says Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. That's what it says. I'm looking at it right now. So people getting upset about the theme song from Game of Thrones being used in House of the Dragon. They have to use the same shit. They have to. There's no way that you're going to call this House of the Dragon using Targaryen's name and not put Game of Thrones in the title. Game of Thrones is the main title. House of the Dragon is the subtitle. You have a header and a subheader. Fucking get over that they're using the fucking theme song. I love that theme song. Why are you bitching about the theme song? I fucking hate people, man. Anyway, Ghost Nation, I'm about to get up out of here. You already know what to do. Like this video. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell for your boy. And until next time, I'm going to catch you on the next fucking video. Ghost Rider out.